Hello everyone, welcome to the Youth Voice podcast. I'm your host, Joy.
And I'm Talia, and today we will be discussing the positive side of Croydon that you don't see in the news.
And we are joined by...
You're joined by Malik.
Yes.
Easy.
Okay, so what comes to mind when you think about Croydon? Is it positive, or are your thoughts dominated by news headlines of youth violence? Today we want to share the positives of living in Croydon.
But first it's time for the Youth Voice, the news. In each episode, we will share our 3 top stories and reactions. A woman wanted for more than 20 years has been arrested during a 6-month trial in live facial recognition in Croydon. She was one of 173 people arrested during a live facial recognition pilot in Croydon, South London, which ran from October 2025 to March 2026. Do you think facial recognition cameras operating in Croydon is a good thing or a bad thing? What are your thoughts, guys?
Me personally, I don't really agree with it. It's like kind of controlling in a way, and I'm not really with that kind of vibe. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay, interesting. What do you think about facial recognition?
I think that it may be needed, I guess, when there's a case or someone that's on the loose, I guess, but not for every day.
No, I agree. I don't think it's necessary for everyday use, but I think every once in a while it's good to have facial recognition because imagine you're walking amongst a psychopath and you don't even know it.
Yeah.
And you're at risk next, you might be the next victim. So
It's just not really something I vibe with, but I feel like it's a bit invasive. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. What do you think?
Not the vibe.
In my opinion, I feel like facial recognition shouldn't really be there as an everyday thing because it could disturb other people's, identity and stuff. And, you see how it could be like AI and all these things.
Do you think it might show up as AI
Yeah,
instead of the actual person's document?
Like it just might grab the wrong person's identity.
Okay, yeah. Chalize, any thoughts?
Yeah, I feel like it is needed. Because there's so many people in Croydon, anything can happen. And it's just there to have that it's just safe knowing that something can catch someone at any moment. Just like a weight lift off your shoulder when you're walking around in Croydon.
So you feel more comfortable, more safe. Okay, that's nice.
The local elections took place earlier this month and Jason Perry has been re-elected as the mayor of Croydon for a second term. What are some positive things that you guys would like to happen because of the elections in Croydon?
Well, as long as Westfield comes, I'm pretty sure.
So your main goal is for Westfield to come?
I feel like Jason Perry should make some progress on Westfield because there's been a lot of promises and I don't really see a lot of action. You know what I mean?
So the aesthetic of Croydon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like if the aesthetic changed, a lot of things would change in Croydon because when places are viewed as more high-end or rich, there's people think, let's not go here and do crime because it looks so out of place.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that viewpoint.
We should change the dynamic. You vibe?
He was actually talking about the redevelopment of Westfield. I think he opened a school as well. And there was some other people that was in the election place as well, such as Rowena. So what do you guys think? What should be changed?
I think TTIP should have won, but yeah. But I'm happy with Jason Perry as well.
Okay.
Any thoughts, Lex? Easy.
You see all these people who need help in Croydon when you go out and about. I feel like you should try to help them, put more support for the homeless and all of that.
I felt that.
So yeah, I feel like that should be a priority.
I think safe spaces and communal spaces should be changed in Croydon. There's not a lot of places for young people to chill, just out in the community. There's not a lot of except from the bus station, which isn't designed for people to sit at, but people just commute there, where there should be actual spaces where there's a charging port, maybe plants, just to make it look a bit more inviting.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I feel like another thing, they should bring in more youth clubs around Croydon. I don't feel like there's enough youth clubs because when people mention youth clubs, the only thing I can really think of is P4E.
Okay.
Get me? So, and that other one in South Nordala, But
And are those
Yeah.
only youth clubs that you feel comfortable to go to, or do you just not know about any other youth organisations?
No, P4A is like family.
Yeah,
It was
I
like-
wouldn't.
So it's just
really
more
go
comfortable for you to come here.
Yeah.
Because what you're used to. Okay, cool. Nice. Rapper Stormzy's production company Murky Films is to turn the life story of former Palace striker Ian Wright into a film. South London-born Wright went on to be one of Arsenal's all-time top goal scorers, play for England. Become a regular match of the day pundit and one of the country's most recognisable and admired television host. What do we think about this? A football movie from Croydon's finest.
I think that's a great idea.
Oh,
I think
elaborate.
it's a perfect idea. That's my kind of vibe, you know.
That can inspire a lot of people.
Okay,
It can inspire.
I think I
Especially in
agree.
the football world, could inspire a lot of people. A lot of young people could get inspired from that film being made. I think it's a perfect idea to do. And it will uplift Croydon as a better borough.
Yeah, 100%.
I personally think it's somewhat of a good idea, but I feel like more so it's a bit glamorized because it's so niche to just football. But I feel like there should be more films or more ideas behind the scenes that are being created, not just about someone that's a celebrity. Like it should be about real life situations. Like got great people in the room. It could be a real life story about someone's come up in Croydon, rather than them just being like, "Oh, I grew up in Croydon. Now I'm so famous and I'm rich," kind of thing.
But yeah, like there's another one that I was thinking of as you say that when people make stories or make movies about their reality, like drama or gang related, people see that or kids might see that and then take another turn.
Yeah.
Like they might grab ideas from the movie and start thinking that they're really like that in the real world. Like they think that.
Yeah, they
That's
might
a
think, "Oh, I've
movie,
seen it in
man.
the movie." Da, da, da. They don't think, "Oh, it's just actor." They'll think, "Oh my gosh, I want to do that," kind of thing.
Yeah, so when someone's coming up with a football movie, I feel like it's a bit away from the drama one.
Yeah, but I do agree with the point that you made to begin with, where it is inspirational at the same time. I think it
Yeah,
can
me
be a bit of
too.
both.
Me and Talia both agree.
Okay, any thoughts, Shalize?
I'm not really like watch football.
Okay,
And I'm more of a basketball player, but it'll be good for the community since it's more football based. Yeah.
any thoughts, Joy?
To do with football, not too much. I'm not really.
Football watcher.
I just don't know that much about football, so
Okay,
yeah.
that's fair enough.
So to tie this all together, what do you guys think is the most associated negative stereotype around Croydon?
Deaf.
Okay.
Wow.
I think
That's quite a big one.
criminality,
Mhm.
crime,
Yeah, the links.
things of that nature.
I personally think young people, like, not only just because I work with young people, but constantly, like, I'll be walking, I'll be minding my business. Oh my gosh, did you see that guy? Da, 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 da. And a lot of the times, they won't actually be doing anything. Like, a young person could joke or, like, laugh on a bus and everyone's going to be turning around to look at the person. And I think that makes a young person feel like they're being attacked or patronized for something. And then when they react, everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, he's so aggressive, he's so this, da, 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 da." And it then affects their journey in terms of growing up and even the routes that they go down. So yeah, I think young people.
Yeah, because of my occupation, like a lot of I come into contact with a lot of young people. So for like the way that I view them on the street is like they don't really have a place to go. They just go West Croydon bus station, and as like the person I am, I feel like that we should make a change for that. Do you know what I mean?
And how does that make you feel as someone that may be approached by a lot of young people or maybe known or know a lot of young people?
Because I work with a lot of young people. So yeah, that's just what I kind of just think that we need a safe space to put them, so they don't cause a lot of trouble.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any thoughts?
If you was to ask like someone what's like the last negative thing you heard about Croydon, like a young person was a 15-year-old boy was stabbed to death, for example. And it's just like you always hear that. Like someone's gonna tell you that. Like it's always gonna be in their minds in Croydon. It's like it's just like so it always seems to happen in Croydon. Like you won't hear this happening like you will, but you're the majority is like you always will in Croydon. So yeah. So I say that.
What are your thoughts, Joy?
I think people associate certain types of behaviour with Croydon and think that people within Croydon or certain girls, certain boys within Croydon aren't people that they want to talk to.
That's
and then
real.
they create stereotypes not just about the environment but about the society as well. But yeah, that's my views.
That's real.
So, why do you think the media only shows negative sides of Croydon and not positive sides?
Me personally, I feel they do that mainly because they want to kind of fearmonger people to an extent, because it's not, obviously Croydon gets a bad rap a lot, but then obviously there's also notorious places, Brixton, Peckham, etc. So it's, although it is, a lot of it is Croydon, there's other areas that
There's other
also
areas,
get the same bad rap. But frankly, I feel the media does that to try and like keep the area a certain way, to keep the living status in a certain way. And there's a whole system. I'm not trying to be on a woke thing, but I believe there's a whole system that
Yeah.
what they try and do to us.
It's followed. I literally agree with the point that you made. But just to elaborate a little bit more, I feel like from what you said, in terms of maybe there being a system, I think the media is so used to like putting that negative stuff on one specific area or other areas specifically, and then not feeling that it's important to change it around because it's like, we've already put it there now, let's just stick to that. And then if it has a bad reputation for the next 20 years, it doesn't matter because we already said it has a bad reputation, if that makes sense. So I feel like it's kind of careless and people just push things to the side. So once they've done something, like they did like a few shops like by Church Street now, and like that's enough for them. Like not everyone's satisfied, but for them, that's enough kind of thing. So
You're
yeah.
always gonna get something like, you're always gonna hear something negative. So, or like they're doing it to try and get more people to like, well, they're always gonna believe them in it. So it's like when you see the breaking news, like they're gonna be like, oh, okay, cool, people know this, so let's just give them what they want. They're gonna listen to us. They're gonna tune in next time we have another breaking news update. So it's just like if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I just think our society as a whole in general just view everything as negative now because there's never that much positives being said or shared online in general because most of the population, they just want to find the critiques in certain aspects. But yeah, that's it.
I would say a lot of the time though, it's even when you look back, a lot of the from Brixton, Clapham, like Mitcham, a lot of those areas, a lot of them got moved to, for example, Fort Heath and places like that. A lot of them got moved there, so they're bringing the Brixton how it was there, and then they're bringing it to Fort Heath.
Because that's what they know.
Yeah, that's what they know. So, and then now, obviously, Fort Heath is the way that it is, Brixton's the way that it is, for example. But like, notice how there's a lack of funding, lack of helps and handouts that people need, but people don't get. And even in schools, a lot of the time, mainly because a child is either A, a child's kicked out when they're troublesome, or B, they get a bunch of support and then they end up getting kicked out. Or it's like the child, even if the child is not troublesome, when they're there begging for the support, they don't get it. A lot of the time when they deserve it and they need it more than others.
And my view also is for someone that goes into different schools, goes into Peru's, working within the Croydon borough, literally what you're saying is what I see a lot of. And I think exactly what you're saying is like they pick and choose. And I'm not, without saying everything, I think the council and people that are in higher positions do what is easier for them. So unfortunately, they take a lot of shortcuts to make things a bit easier. But exactly with the support, there's a lot of people that struggle with actual mental challenges, but some people that just struggle and they don't have mental challenges. But it's like, okay, even how the system is set up, when you was mentioning systems, will support you up until you're 18. And then after that, you got to fend for yourself. You got to, find everything by yourself. You got to finance everything by yourself. You got to go out and have a responsibility, get a job, and When there's so many people that end up coming back to where they started at the ages of like 20 or 21 because they spent so long not having that support. They're not used to not having that. So a lot of people come back and they're like, I don't know what to do. And it puts more weight on their mental health because they feel like, I'm stuck, I'm stagnant, I'm not moving anywhere, like I can't do anything. And I'm at this age, I should be doing this, I should be doing that. So society puts a lot of pressure, but then there's no resources to help people. And without going on and on, another thing that I wanted to add is a part of what you're saying in terms of like helping handouts and stuff like that. We would benefit a lot from free like charity work and food banks and stuff like that. But the problem in the community, I think, especially in Croydon, is that people don't want to work collaboratively. People want to do what they want to do, but stay in their own lanes. And I think if we came together, different youth organisations came together, different people in the community came together, it would be so much easier for young people and for everyone in Croydon
I
to live
feel-
comfortably.
I feel that's that aspect, and also a sense of pride. I want to do this myself, but also it's that people don't want to come together. But it's like for us to actually just make a living and just live comfortably. We shouldn't have to all come together. We should be able to do things independently.
I also agree with that
Come
as well.
together when needed. But then it's like, cool. I'm 18. I want to go and I want to work in, let's say, JD. I'm making, right, cool. Probably unrealistic, but let's say I'm making 30 grand a year. Like, and then obviously taxes and that's so cool. I'm taking home like 25 grand a year. All right, cool. Blessed. It's like, as a young man, I should be able to build myself from that.
Yeah.
But then the thing is now everything's, especially the past 10 years, and now it's gonna get worse. I know. It's like the cost of everything, a cost of shopping. Like I was making macaroni and cheese. I made about like 3 trays. You know how much all that cheese and milk cost me?
How much?
30 bones.
Yeah.
30 bones for some macaroni.
£30 for free. Literally just for free. It's
You
crazy.
get me? So frankly, it's like it's a state. And then now look at the price of petrol.
Yeah.
Insurance is gonna get me when
So
I want
you
to
feel
start
like,
driving.
yeah, it kind of, like the system backlogs everyone so that the younger generation growing up kind of cooks.
Yeah,
Like,
so then it's like
Yeah.
a lot of the time, we have to work 2, maybe 3 jobs, multiple side hustles and that. But like, I believe, cool, I go to college and let's say I work in JD, let's say 3 days a week I work in JD and then the rest of the week I'm in college, right? I should be able to at least buy, like, cool, I should be able to buy myself some clothes, buy myself some shopping. You get me?
and still live comfortably.
Yeah, live comfortably, give a couple bills to my mum. You get me, and obviously save a bit. Like that's detrimental. Save, but then we're not able to.
Yeah.
You
We're
get
not.
me?
You have to cut
Everything's-
corners to make a way.
I have to cut corners. Yeah, we have to cut corners. Either that or, do other things for money. I don't know what a lot of these people do. Get me? It varies per person.
Yeah, it's
but
true.
like, they shouldn't have to do that, in my opinion. And now it's getting even worse because obviously we're 18, 19 now, my age mate. So it's just gonna get worse from
Yeah.
here.
Mental.
So now shifting away from the negatives, what are the positives of living or growing up in Croydon? Personal
Community,
experience.
like the community, like the majority of it, moving away from the negative. Like when you go around, you see all these people, you talk to them, so like, hey, like most people are actually nice when you're not like going to like, you know what I'm saying? You go like these shops, you have these people shopping, it's like everyone, like it's only in Croydon you'll see like a lot of, you go into a shop, you see 2 random strangers shopping and they will just start talking over something random.
Yeah, I agree.
They bond a friendship over that. It's like, yeah, I see that a lot. Like, I think where'd I go? So I'm trying to get a suit from River Island last week. I went over there, my mum was with me. And it was like, we went in and some random woman, I've never seen her before in my life, was trying, she was getting us another suit as well. And they just sparked a conversation from literally the colour blue. They just sparked a conversation.
Yeah.
And it was like, it's heartwarming to see that. It's because like, it's just like, there's a sense of community, there's a sense of warmth, there's a sense of love when you're like from the same community. It's like, yeah, that's basically, that's something I find positive because like I don't see that anywhere else, just Croydon.
I would say a positive. Like, I mean, community to an extent, but it depends where it depends where you go in Croydon. Because, well, frankly, Croydon, we got Coulston, Shirley, them places there,
Yeah,
where
yeah,
it's
yeah.
suburbs.
Yeah,
get me?
it literally is.
And then, you get me? And then you got Shrublands, which is its own thing because...
Because of the stereotype around
yeah,
it.
Shrublands,
Yeah.
but then when you look at this, it's confusing. But then obviously, then you get London Road. You see me? Norbury to Fortinleaf to West Croydon.
It's so
You see me?
it's linked.
Yeah, you get me? And then obviously you get Upper Norwood, Crown Point, and places there. So it's like, it solely depends on where you go in Croydon, I believe. But obviously there's good things like what's going on here. You get me? And like P4YE, my ends, all of these people, doing the things for the youth. And like, it's a shame that they don't get as much publicity. It's a shame that they don't get showed as much love.
Yeah.
Because frankly, this stuff is needed. And that's why I believe it's systematic because
Yeah.
frankly it's like they're trying to like block them into really actually shining and doing better for their local environment. So that's why I feel, like I said before, it's systematic. Like it all links in, because what's your reason to like not give us the funding, or not show us the love, or not show us the publicity for something so good that we're doing? We're like, what lives not knives, all of these things there, trying to work as a community, charity football matches, like get me free lunches, barbecue, like eat, dance and
Yeah,
vibe.
and we're
meeting
taking out time
people.
to prepare to do these things. So I agree with you.
Exactly. So I feel the like community to an extent as well, but there's always gonna be
Pros
like
and
a
cons.
catch. Yeah, there's
Yeah,
always gonna be
yeah.
a catch for everything. Negative, there's gonna be a positive catch. Positive, there's gonna be multiple negative catches.
Yeah. I agree.
The youth clubs are doing like they're doing positive in the community as well. P4I, for example, yeah, they build up on what he was saying. Like they come to like schools. So for example, when I got kicked out, year 11, I was in a school in upper like near Crystal Palace.
Wait, Upper Norwood?
No, like Crystal Palace,
Parish
like
Crystal Palace?
yeah, next to like Saffron.
Oh,
Valley.
that I know that.
So, yeah, it was bad for me because I'm not used to the dynamic from mainstream to Prues, they changed. Like it's just like that. I genuinely thought like I was like by myself there till I met Wayne. I met all these people, Steph, Danny, all these people that like prevent me from being sucked into this
Stereotype.
Yeah, because I know I felt myself going. But it was like they brought me, like they invite me to these fun Fridays, Saturdays. It's like what they're doing is good, and it shows in the amount of people that come every week. You see 10 people, you see 20, you see 50, you see 100. It's like it shows. So I feel like they're doing their part. It's just that they just need a bit more support from like the government and all of that.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, a positive, I would say, just bouncing off of Lisa's point, is I feel like the work that we do, it actually does help people, and it might not always be put out there that it helps, but it's nice to know that, you know, what you're doing is actually working to an extent. Like, it was nice to go into like a people's referral unit, and I remember when I first went in there, because I think I was maybe like 17, turning 18, and I was just like, nah, like I'm too close in age with these, like I feel a bit awkward. Like I can talk and I can have a conversation, but I feel a bit awkward. But actually learning about their life experiences and how they want to turn things around, I think that was positive. Even seeing some of them go back to mainstream school, that was positive. And another positive aspect from that is the people that didn't get to go back to mainstream school. The amount of support that you get in a Peru is 10 out of 10. Like, you have speech and language therapists, you have counselors, you have people that you can just talk to. It's such an inviting environment where you can just speak openly and you won't feel judged. Like, there might be times you do something, they're like, pattern up. Like, I've got a headache, you're getting on my nerves. And they'll just check you just like that. But on a deeper level, like, I've seen people come in, like, just not in the mood, like, crying. In school, you don't get that kind of support. Like, I've seen in a lot of mainstream schools, you come in school crying, let's just call mum. Like, what's the issue? Mum's not answering, you got to go back home. You haven't got this uniform, you got detention. Like, there isn't any support in that aspect. So I think that's a positive thing.
they're on a power trip.
That's all it is. I think the support aspect in Peru specifically is good, and the support from, bouncing off of the points, support from youth organisations within the community is, yeah.
I think the positives of Croydon is that there's lots of diversity. There's lots of different ranges of food and cuisines in different shops that are so local as well. So there's Turkish, there's Asian, Caribbean, African, so much different cuisines.
Joe's always eating nice food, by the way, guys, like all the time.
So is she though. But yeah, there's just lots of the diversity in cultures and ethnicity. So it introduces more entertainment and different leisure opportunities for Croydon.
Sorry, guys. Before moving on to the next question, I just wanted to bounce off of Joy's point really quickly. In terms of food and cultures, even her being able to voice that, I think is so good. Because when we come into these spaces, obviously there's people from all over, and having a real life conversation about something you can relate to, something that you can relate on with someone, is just, it takes away from like just social media. Like, being able to even speak to someone or speak openly, I feel like that's such a positive thing. A lot of people don't have social skills. So to be able to build your confidence and come into a space where you can touch base and be like, oh, I've tried whatever before, and I've tried it before as well. So yeah, I think that's really good. Last question we have is, how can we change the negative narrative about Croydon?
Do more work in the community.
I
More
agree.
work, a lot of work needs to be done, but it can happen. It just has to happen. Like, they just have to do more work. Like, first, bouncing off our points, a lot of youth do more work with the youth organisation so that they can help. So if they don't want to do it themselves, they can like let the youth organisation do it for them. But like, support them. If you want to see a change, then they're like your only hope for the youth in a way. Like like what's it? Put more schools and like let them go to more schools. Like, let them put them like fund more. Like, what's it? What's the thing that P4I do? Like,
What do you mean, like programs?
yeah, like, well, no, what's that thing where they're outside, like on like
Outreach.
Residential outreach.
yeah, outreach,
Yeah.
like that. Talk to more like young people, and then yeah, the residential as well. That's even another good point. Like, taking young people out to like what do you think, enhancing their skills of in places far away from home. It's like, yeah, that's something that they can do, the government, to like help the youth. In me talking for the youth, then that's something that the youth need, like, to try and like, yeah, build up skills to become better people in the future. Yeah.
I would say, think to I would say better education, and I'm gonna elaborate a bit more on that because yeah, people always say, "Oh, the kids need to be." But no, it's not even about you need to be in school, whatever. It's a matter of actually what they're teaching us in schools. It's a matter of they try and sugarcoat a lot of things, but the thing is, yeah, you see the issue with sugarcoating it is that like people ain't gonna take it seriously. I remember when I was in year 7 and they done something about being safe on the streets and then drugs and that all like they paid some people for a whole like performance assembly. I left there, and I'm gonna quote what I said. I'm gonna quote what I said. All right, I said, "This makes me just want to sell drugs." Big man
If anything,
thing,
it entices you more.
yeah, yeah. Obviously, I didn't. Obviously, it's not like I saying that I wanted to be a shotter or nothing. Like I said, like yeah, this just makes me want to sell drugs. Like what the hell is this?
Yeah.
Because it's like it was just so corny. Just like be on a real thing with us.
Yeah.
But because then you see, once you educate kids about the road more, that's when
They're able to lock in and
they're
look at
able
the
to look
serious
at it,
effects.
yeah. And not just that, but also like I've noticed a lot of people don't actually think rationally or maturely. And it's like obviously, yeah, kids are gonna be kids. And then but then those kids are gonna be, teenagers out doing their thing or in school and then they're gonna do something stupid. But it's like when I was in school, when I was in school, I remember someone was talking about, oh, this guy owes me money. I'm gonna I'm gonna poke him, oh, etc. But then I'm saying, no, like it's not even our bills that you're gonna poke a man over. You get me? Like, why are you gonna poke someone for less than the bills? You get me? Like, obviously, I'm not here to justify stabbing or anything, but it's like he's that mad, like it's the kind of money to buy him a house. Get me? But it's like you're gonna there possibly kill a guy, risk of freedom over what? I think it was what, a pinky, £50. You're gonna do that. So like it's that narrow, it's that mindset that people have just charged up like, I don't care, or whatever. And then it's just like, nah. But I think it stems from the household because I'm pretty sure all of us as kids have been like, that's not fair. That don't but then we still get our beatings or our phone taken or whatever. But it's like,
Yeah.
where's the logic? There's no reasoning. Because come on now, our parents done that a couple of times, been on a power trip, just vexed for no reason. It happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's things like that. Obviously, some people have it better than others. But it's things like that that stem from the household, which I think can also root into how these like young people act now, and then their lack of logic and reasoning on the road, and then they're doing stupid things, or it's like, or they want to just be looked upon with favor. Like I tell you this, selling drugs doesn't make you like be looked upon with favor because some men do it because they're desperate to actually get a living and do whatever, and some men are just doing it for the love of the game. But it's like, no,
No point.
no point. And
I
and,
agree.
and that's what I think a lot of like schools, yeah, they need to teach these kids from year 5, year 4, year 5, because that's when grooming starts, to be fair. When you're 9, 10, 11, that's when the grooming starts. And in secondary school, that's when it gets at its peak. But it's like if you teach the kids about it, then you as a parent don't need to shelter your child as much and worry less. Because I've had friends that were overly sheltered, mind you. Like, cool, they live in Croydon. They don't even know how to get to Brixton. It's one bus.
Yeah.
They don't know because they were sheltered that much because their parents are so paranoid of them getting in trouble, whatever. But it's like, teach your youth from young, and then like you actually give them some freedom and breathing time, and you know that they have the common sense. You don't need to worry so much. If you're without worried, I'm no parent. I'm just going off. I'm going off as a young person what I would have wanted for me. Just teach them more.
I agree. Bouncing off of that point, I feel like the I can't even say this word, so I don't know why I'm trying to say this word and sound fancy. But the trajectory can be changed because literally what you're saying, just be real. Like, be real with young people. And another thing I feel like is it can change from negative to positive with so many things. Like Chilize was mentioning, going away on residential, taking them out of the scenery that they're used to. Like you said, life skills. I also think so many schools in Croydon, West Croydon, when they get together, all schools know all schools in Croydon. When I was growing up, it was very niche. Like, you can only speak to a person from this school or that school, and that was it, because other schools had beef. Like, I'm not saying that doesn't exist now, but I'm saying there's a lot of community that young people don't realise that they are involved in terms of people from Lanfranc speaking to people from Paloma or so on and so forth. I don't even know all the schools.
Henderson and Harris.
Henderson, Harris,
Oasis.
and Oasis, and
All
there's
of
so
them
many of
schools,
them.
yeah.
But even that, like, everyone can see that, but everyone makes a negative out of that. Do a Croydon Sports Day. I'm sure a lot of them would come. Like, they don't have much to do. There's big spaces, there's field spaces. A lot of them would be able to participate.
Football and
Do a
basketball
water
games.
fight. Like, do something that's harmless where all those young people can be involved. Do a football program. Do something where that negative can be changed into a positive, because you're doing something, you're working with the community that you have. And it doesn't just have to be for young people, it could be for adults. A lot of adults don't leave their house, they don't socialise, they don't have the money, they don't have the time, they don't have the patience, they don't have the social skills. So even that, a lot of parents struggle mentally, yeah, that's the right word, mentally. So even bringing them together to say, okay, let's start a group for parents that have children in Croydon, or let's get together and do this on a Tuesday, so people know that they're able to access these services. And yeah,
I agree. Okay, thanks for joining us today during our discussion.
I've been Talia.
I've been Joy.
I've been Katie.
I've been easy.
Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.
Yes.